22. First off, with a couple of apologizes. These are always things that we try to get together, and then something always happens, and it's late and try to get everybody here at times. We had a trouble with our new trophy shop, and we don't have the plaques, so they are temporary with a lovely green piece of paper that Tara helped me, well, she did all the work. You guys know that. Tara did all the work, and so we have your names on there, but I'm going to have to take them back to the shop, and they're going to get them fixed, and they'll be correct. When they get corrected, we will send you a picture and let you know that they're here and they're mounted, and you can come in and check those out. So we'll get into that part. The Wall of Fame, the first ceremony was in 1994 on February 11th, and they inducted 2 coaches and 13 athletes. The 1994 October program reads, the Wall of Fame was initiated to pay tribute to the many fine athletes and coaches of Richland High School whose participation in our sports program has brought recognition to themselves as well as to the school. The standards set by the wall were established by a group of alumni and the boosters, and the criteria was established and has been reviewed since by the boosters. Tonight, or presently, there are 266 student athletes and 18 coaches on the wall. After this evening, we will have a grand total of 301 with the coaches and athletes going on. So, pretty impressive group of people, and one of the greatest honors I get to do is to put these kids and coaches that I've had a chance to work with and to see them up on the wall and to know what they represent. With that, we're going to get right into the program, because you don't want to hear me all night talk about that stuff. The way we're going to do this tonight is we're going to introduce them. They'll come up here. They'll get their plaque from Bonnie Mitchell. Bonnie Mitchell, who is our president. Sorry, Joe, I'm talking into the microphone. So we have our Booster Club president. She will present the award, and then you guys will just stand here beside me. And then after I get done speaking, you can sit down. And then you'll keep your award for tonight. Take pictures with families and those kinds of things, and yeah, use the balloon arch that we had built so that you've got a great background. Our first inductee is Mike Mills. In 1975, Coach Mike Mills was asked to take over the head coaching position for the school's cross-country team. Richland previously had a proud cross-country tradition and a legacy for 9 years, led by past Hall of Fame coaches Max Jensen and Mike Hepper. After Coach Hepper made the decision to step down, principals couldn't find anyone to take over the boys program the following year. That's a nightmare for an athletic director, by the way. After just winning 5 consecutive state championships, and the program was doomed to be eliminated by the school board at their next meeting when the school started. Coach Mills was the last one asked, and even though he had no cross-country experience, he didn't want bomber cross-country to die. So he agreed to take on the job 3 days before the start of school, with nearly all varsity returning runners not returning from the 1974 state championship team. The first season became a recruiting challenge for Coach Mills, only in his 3rd year of teaching and new to the school, but with the help of Coach Hepper and Mark Higginson, a past state runner, Coach Mills started building the program again. The first season was a winning season, and the following season the Bombers were district champions and returned to the state meet, finishing 9th overall. In all, Coach Mills coached 29 cross-country seasons. Yeah. Had 19 state qualifying teams. This included 16 boys state appearances with 10 finishes of 5th place or higher in the state, and 3 state appearances, all 3 finishes in the top 4. The boys team under Mills' direction were league champions 11 years and runner-up 4 years. They were district champions 12 years and district runner-up another 8 years. In total, Coach Mills' varsity teams had 190 league wins and 46 losses for an 86% success rate. Now I want you to understand just a little bit about that. When you look at 190 league wins, presently in our schedule in high school, we have 3 league matches a year. There's not a lot of opportunities in cross country for league matches. So when you get that many, you're doing something very good. So that's in a little perspective there. 7 boys on the team were all straight runners, finishing in the top 12 at the state meets. This included John Hedengren twice, placing second, and is currently the highest finish of any boy in the state meet. Coach Mills started the girls' high school cross-country team in 1978. In 1993, the girls won the 4A state championship, which is the very first girls' team to win a state title in any girls' sport at Richland High. Mills had 3 league championship teams, league runner-up 6 times, and 3 girls' district championship teams with runners-up teams 4 times. The girls' varsity team had 144 wins, 64 league losses for a 70% success rate. 5 girls were all state in the state meets, finishing individually in the top 12, and Brandy McCoy became the very first Richland High individual state cross-country champion in 2000. She's here today. After graduation, many runners continue their careers at various colleges and universities, and many are recognized on the Bomber Wall of Fame. Coach Mills was also an assistant track coach and a JV baseball coach at Richland High. In 2017, Coach Mills was a national recipient of the Kennedy Center Sondheim Inspirational Teacher Award, and in 2019, he was inducted into the Washington State Cross Country Coaches Hall of Fame. After 32 years of teaching and coaching, Coach Mills retired in 2004 and became a regional crop claims specialist for a national agricultural insurance company, of which he is still employed, and he received the 2017 National Crop Insurance Service Leadership Award. He presently lives in Kennewick with his wife Elizabeth, has 3 children, 4 stepchildren, and a number of grandchildren. Congratulations, Coach Mills.
Thank you.
Mr. Jim Qualheim. Jim Qualheim was born and raised in Richland. He attended Marcus Whitman, Carmichael, and graduated from Cole High School in 1970, Columbia High School. He was a 3-sport athlete playing football, basketball, and track, but he's standing before you today because of experience in the sport of track and field. He discovered track and field in the 4th grade with Mr. Ken Olson, another member of the Wall of Fame. His PE teacher gave them the National Physical Fitness Test. You guys, I have to smile a lot. When you read this, this is Jim Qualheim to a T. You'll find out why he was a coach in the 4th grade. It was destined to be. He explained percentiles to us and how they compare yours to other kids across the country. He told us that you can earn a patch if you score an 80 percentile on all the tests. Mr. Olson then had a school participate in the annual end of the year field day, which is really a mini track meet for each grade level. He inspired us to do our best, and he won 2 homemade blue ribbons, and he still has the patches and blue ribbons. That not a surprise.
No.
When he was 11 years old, he used his paper route money to purchase a stopwatch. He organized races in his neighborhood, cut the grass like lanes in the track, hurdled with sticks and bricks, and pole vaulted with bamboo. And timed everything with that stopwatch that he still has. There you go. In junior high was when sports really began. As a 7th grader in 1965, he naturally wanted to try them all. Spring rolled around, he was faced with a decision. His friends had always played he'd always played with his friends baseball. Eventually, he chose to try track. The unique thing about Carmichael Middle School was that you participated at the Bomber Bowl with the high school triathletes, like they still do, and he wanted to be just like them, and couldn't wait to become a Bomber. High school sports meant everything to him. He played football, was coached by Jersix and Daywald in basketball, but running track for Max Jensen and Mike Hepper was by far the best high school experience. He had no idea at the time that he was being mentored to be the future Richland track coach, and continued competing in track and field until 1976. In 1975, he started teaching PE at a Catholic school in Las Vegas with only a parking lot for a track, and he still won 2 city championships. He then moved to Bonanza High School, where he was an assistant coach. But in the summer and the fall of 1975, his life changed forever. 79, excuse me. It's 1979. He's not that old. Fran Risch offered him the Richland High School track job, He got married to the love of his life, Margot, and 43 years later, after raising 3 children and spoiling 1 granddaughter, Mila, he's still coaching and still married to his rock, Margot. He can honestly say he's done everything from soup to nuts in track and field. He's helped put on track clinics. He's organized summer all-comer track meets. He's traveled the world coaching teams in China and Japan. He's worked at bringing collegiate track to Rish Stadium. He's hosted an international track meets against the Japanese team. His coaching staff and him have won 3 state championships, countless regional, district, and league championships. We've helped athletes at every school record except for 2 that were set in 1965. He's won several personal coaching awards and lost count of dual meets wins after 200. To be honest, the track program is much bigger than him or anyone in person. And he's writing this, so I just changed the words there so that it fits a little better. In 1979, he came along in the perfect time. The track program was struggling with the last of the dirt tracks and very small girls and boys teams. With an all-new weather track and construction of a new stadium underway, all we needed were track leads. He happened to be a good salesman and sold the students that track was the thing to do at Richland High School. His goal was to get 10% of the student body to turn out for track. It worked. He's been blessed over the years to work with amazing track coaches, many who have stuck with him for the program for over 25 years, and he hopes they will join him someday on the Wall of Fame. What Jim's the most proud of are the relationships that have been formed with the men and women who have coached in the program, the administration who supported, and the athletes who experienced the beauty of this sport and how it impacted their lifelong pursuits. Little did he know the decision that he made to turn out for track in the 7th grade sent him on the path to this very day. This will be his 58th consecutive spring involved in track and field and his 50th at the Bomber Bowl Fran Rish Stadium. At some point, Margot will find out, it says here, at some point I will retire, but until then he continues to go to a place called Richland High School, which is for me more than a place, it's a feeling, and a feeling that's tremendous. Thank you for this honor. Go Bombers. Little known fact that this is, not many know this, he knows, because we always kid about it. Jim Qualheim hired me in the summer of 1989 and gave me my first job in the district. Didn't know that it was going to last this long. Neither one of us did, as I was teaching driver's ed in those buildings out there with a crew that I'm not sure why they paid us after a while, because I don't know how hard we worked, but I always thank him for that opportunity. I will start with the athletes. Scott Artzer. Scott has another, just a little unique one that we had to put together. I had to put together. We ran short on getting things, and I don't know. This might be the coolest one, just for my personal point. That's made out of bleacher wood from the stadium when we did the remodel, and you'll have to probably fight me if you want to keep that one or not, but we'll talk about it afterwards. But we'll get the real one later for you, okay? Since the age of 7, baseball has been a huge part of Scott Artzer's life. He has competed in all levels, starting with Little League Badger Bombers, to middle school where he made the Richland Knights Legion team, followed by high school and the Richland Bombers, and then at the collegiate level. In high school, Scott was a 3-year starter for the Bomber varsity baseball team, along with the opportunity to be a part of the 2018 state championship team as a freshman. His sophomore year, he was an honorable mention utility player in the MCC, and sadly his junior year was cut due to COVID. In 2021, Scott finished his senior year with a feeder game MVP and made the Washington All-State team. He is currently a part of the Corbin University baseball team, finishing his first full season and gearing up for the next. He is a major in business with a concentration in marketing. Scott Artzer. Congratulations. Did Katie Andrus ever make it in? Come on down, Katie. Katie's coming back to us from a ceremony that was 5 years ago and she couldn't make it. We just didn't know what was going to happen in those 5 years that we'd have to wait this long. So I'm glad you're here today. In high school, Katie was a member of the Richland High School varsity cross-country team. Of the 3 years she made it to state, she placed on the podium twice, and during her senior season, she was part of the team that were the Washington State team's academic state champions. Her last 2 years on the team, she serves as the girls' captain, where she loved leading and encouraging her teammates during practice and meets. Katie has graduated from It's all okay. The Big Bang. She graduated, that's the celebration right there. She graduated from Western Washington University last June with a Bachelor of Science and now works as an analyst for REI Co-op. She will be moving to Indiana with her husband and their 1-year-old border collie and is excited to experience a new part of the country. Congratulations, Katie. Thanks for coming. Our next one, Mason Brunson, wasn't able to be here, but he wanted to make sure he got in on this. I don't know if you are aware, but if you are here, they are doing this on Atomic TV, and you will be able to watch all of these later on, or tell people that weren't able to make it here today that they can catch it. Mason Brunson. A large part of Mason Brunson's life over the past 9 years has been baseball. Growing up in Richland allowed him to fully understand the meaning behind the Bomber tradition and embrace it. In high school, he was a 3-year varsity athlete for the Richland varsity baseball team. Mason made the first team all-conference for the 2021 season, along with getting Pitcher of the Year. He is currently a part of the Paradise Valley Community College baseball team as a sophomore, where he is getting his undergrads in business and in enjoying all the new experiences Arizona has to offer. Mason Brunson. She's not here either. Our next one is Hayden Crowley, and she had planned on being here, and we still have the fallout of COVID, and somebody in the family has it, so she's quarantined for a week. But we'll still go through it, and I hope she's watching tonight online. Hayden Crowley was a starter for the Richland varsity girls soccer team her freshman, junior, and senior year of high school. Hayden decided to play for the Seattle Reign Academy during her sophomore year for college recruitment, which caused her to be ineligible to play high school soccer. During that time, she committed to play soccer at the University of Washington. In her senior year of high school, Hayden helped her team win the Mid-Columbia Conference and finished third in state while recording 25 goals and 21 assists that year. She was also named the 21-22 MCC Player of the Year, Washington State Co-Player of the Year, and the Washington State Girls Soccer Gatorade Player of the Year. Hayden participated in Running Start while at high school, earning her Associate's in Arts degree through Columbia Basin College, and finished with a GPA of 3.9. She was able to graduate early and began classes at the University of Washington in the spring of 2022, and she has just finished her first season as a Husky and was accepted into the College of Education. Hayden Crowley. Mr. Ben Fuel. Ben has been playing football for 13 years, having started when he was 7 years old. He is proud to have been selected as a Bomber team captain his junior and senior years for both football and basketball. During those 2 years, Ben was named to the Mid-Columbia All-Conference First Team in football and the All-Conference Defensive Team in basketball. Ben was a varsity football player for 3 years and grateful to be the 2019 J.D. Covington Award winner, as well as the offensive MVP. He was named to the All-State team in both 2019 and 2020. He was the 2020 Mid-Columbia All-Conference Offensive Player of the Year. His junior football season was particularly notable, having led the league in receptions, yards, and touchdowns, totaling 9 catches, 1,289 yards, and 13 touchdowns, all single-season records. Ben is presently a sophomore wide receiver at Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. He is a business major and had the opportunity to study in Barcelona this past summer. He plans to continue playing football until he graduates in 2025. Ben Fuel.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alex Vilkowski. Alex, I might have a question for you in the middle of this, okay? Okay, it's not gonna be a hard one. Alex Vilkowski has always enjoyed the water. Since the age of 4, he has scared countless lifeguards with his ability to hold his breath and stay underwater for an unreasonable amount of time. How long is that?
I don't know.
Curious. John, we'll talk later. How long? He has been swimming competitively since the age of 12 and was a 4-year swimmer for the Richland Bombers, each year participating in district and state competitions. As a senior, Alex competed and won the 50-yard freestyle event and followed that with a second-place finish in the 50-yard backstroke. Alex would like to thank his coaches and his swim family for their guidance and support over the course of his Richland Bomber swimming career. Alex is currently working at Catholic Medical Center and is completing his application process for the Seattle Maritime Academy for mission in the fall of 2023. Alex Vilkowski. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Good work.
Cade Jensen. Cade is another holdover from 5 years ago. We didn't think we'd have to wait this long. From the age of 7, Cade Jensen has been playing football in hopes that he would one day lead to playing for the Bombers. In his lone season as the quarterback for the Bombers, Cade accumulated over 3,400 passing yards, along with 48 passing touchdowns and 52 total touchdowns. That's one season, right? One season, people. In his senior season, Cade helped lead the Bombers to their first state championship in 18 years and their first undefeated state championship. Along with this, go ahead, we can get a little clap. Along with this, he was named the Mid-Columbia Conference Offensive Player of the Year, the All-Area First Team Quarterback, and the Associated Press First Team All-State Quarterback. While maintaining a 3.8 GPA, Cade received multiple offers out of high school. He is a graduate of Washington State University and is currently attending the University of Texas School of Dentistry in Houston. Congratulations, Cade.
Well deserved. Good job.
We're not really pressed for time, so if at any time there's something that you want to applaud, go ahead, you let it out, I'll stop. I mean, it's not like we're in one of those things like you're waiting for everybody to get done. So these people have worked hard and they deserve that. So feel free to let it go anytime. Cameron Carlson. For the last 13 years, baseball has been the front and center of Cameron's life. He has played all over the country for countless amounts of tournaments and has even played outside the country representing Team USA. In high school, he was a 3-year starter for the Richland High varsity baseball team. Cameron made all conference teams his junior and senior year, while his sophomore year was cut short due to COVID. During his junior year, he was able to help his team win the MCC championship and cap off a very successful season. His senior season, he was able to contribute to his team's 3rd place finish in state. Throughout his 13 years of baseball, he started playing travel ball at the age of 8, where throughout his 10 years of travel ball, he visited countless college campuses, which helped him receive several college offers to continue his academic and baseball career. Cameron has since hung up his cleats and is now working full-time. He will never forget his memories of being on the diamond, and especially the special teams he was a part of at Richland High School. Congratulations, Cameron.
Awesome. Thank you. Good work. Thank you.
I don't know, it keeps cutting in and out, so. keep twisting it. We'll see what happens. Elena Lacy is not here. She's off at school. She's also one of those that thought she wouldn't have to wait 5 years because she couldn't make the last one. Elena Lacy was a 4-year varsity letterman on the Richland High School volleyball team. She led the Bombers to a 54-2 conference record during her 4-year career. She served the role of team captain during her junior and senior year. Lainey made the first team Mid-Columbia All-Conference team 3 consecutive years. She also made the Tri-City Herald first team All-Area for those 3 years. During her senior year, I was going to do an editorial about how we need the Tri-City Herald to cover, but I won't say that. That season, Lainey was the WVCA and a WIAA first team All-State. She contributed to her team being awarded academic state champions and was a 4-time honor roll student. After high school, Lainey went to continue her academic and athletic career at the University of Idaho to play volleyball. She graduated in May with a Bachelor of Science in Anthropology and Sociology. She is currently studying at Louisiana State University, where she just finished her first semester of law school. Elena Lacy. Kaylee Northrop. Kaylee Northrop's Bomber softball career consisted of a very special journey made possible by an exceptional coaching staff and outstanding teammates. Not long into her freshman season, Kaylee started with a starting pitching spot that kept her for the remainder of her Bomber career. Unfortunately, her career was cut short as COVID wiped out her senior season. She led the way in the circle for 3 great Bomber teams. In each of her 3 seasons, her earned run average gradually improved, as did her team's success at the state tournament. 2017, a 2.56 ERA and 9th at state. 2018, a 1.75 ERA with 5th at state. And in 2019, a 1.34 ERA with 3rd at state. In 2020, the Bombers were positioned to make a run at state title and ranked #1 in the preseason polls. We all know what happened. Kaylee's high school accomplishments were numerous and included a career pitching record of 43 wins and only 6 losses for an 88% winning percentage. That's pretty good. A career ERA of 1.80 over nearly 300 innings with nearly 1 strikeout per inning pitched. 3-time first-team all-conference pitcher with legitimate chance of being a very rare 4-time selection had she been able to play her senior season, and a 2019 All-State second team. Since high school, Kaylee has continued her softball career playing NCAA Division I softball. Her first season was played at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and her past 2 seasons at Appalachian State University in Boone, North Carolina, on a full-ride athletic scholarship where she is a key member of the Mountaineers pitching staff. She is on pace to graduate in 4 years with a degree in communications, marketing, and was named to the Dean list this past semester for her work in the classroom. Congratulations, Kaylee.
Nice job.
Joey Pearson. Baseball has been the heart of Joey Pearson's life for the past 10 years. He has been a starting pitcher for both local and national teams competing at the highest level. In high school, he was a 4-year starter for the Bomber baseball varsity team. He made the Mid-Columbia All-Conference team and All-State teams. He was voted the top high school pitcher in Washington State in 2022. During his senior season, he helped lead the team to the state finals, where he threw a complete game no-hitter against the reigning state champs, Moses Lake. That was an awesome game. Joey has played club baseball for 5 years, traveling all over the country. He has been ranked in the top 10 pitchers in the Washington State since he was 14. He is currently a part of the Lower Columbia College Red Devils baseball team and is looking forward to a great season. He is taking classes towards an AA. He hopes to transfer to a Division I school and be drafted to a Major League Baseball organizations. Congratulations, Joey.
Nice job.
Addison Pettit.
Yeah.
A large part of Addison Pettit's life has revolved around competitive softball. She competed at the 18 gold level with the Washington Angels at the age of 14, through her senior season getting to travel throughout the U.S. In high school, she was a four-year starter and team captain her junior and senior seasons for the Richland Bomber varsity softball team. She would like to thank her teammates and her coaching staff for being a part of her high school journey. Addison made second team Mid-Columbia Conference her freshman year, and during her sophomore and junior made all-conference Mid-Columbia Conference first team. She entered her senior season with a .559 career batting average, with 61 of her 133 career hits going for extra bases. First team All-State selection as a junior after posting a .649 batting average. She owned a .738 on-base percentage while driving in 55 runs and scoring 41 times in 2019. First team All-State pick as a sophomore, hitting .573 to go with a .673 batting percentage, on-base percentage. She scored or drove in 206 runs in her 238 at-bats in her first three prep seasons. Two-time league MVP, and helped the Bombers to 3 consecutive conference titles in addition to top 10 state finishes all 3 seasons, highlighted by a third-place finish in 2019. Again, unable to finish her senior year due to COVID, but she currently is in her junior year at Division I Bradley University in Peoria, Illinois, and playing softball for the Braves. She is majoring in construction engineering with a minor in business. She was a TA for me for half a year, so she apparently didn't want to be an athletic director after that. She did a great job, and especially patient with me. She's the daughter of Kim and Mark Pedersen, and has a younger sibling, Caden, here. Congratulations, Addison. Natalie Rosauskas. Thank you. Natty has always been a competitive person at heart. She has been involved with sports since she was a young girl. She played soccer competitively from kindergarten to her freshman year, where she was a starter for Richland in 2018. She ran track that same year and went to state for the 800 meters. Her sophomore year, she decided to switch gears to move to cross country. She placed second at state, was runner of the year at Richland, and a top Washington State runner with a 5K time of 18 minutes, 18 seconds. After missing a year due to the COVID hiatus, Natty made a comeback on the track her junior year and ran successfully in the league, placing second in the 1600 and first in the 800. That season in that year was, there was no state competitions. It was a local thing that we were able to put together and give them a chance to still compete. Her senior year, after contracting COVID, she still made an impact in cross country and ran at state, placing 19th. Her track season was more impressive. She ran this in state meet in 3 events. She took 13th in the 1600, 6th in the 800, and her 4x400 team placed 4th with a time of 4:02. Her PRs for the 1600 are 5:03, and for the 800, 2:15. Natalie was an all-conference athlete and went to both in state in both cross country and track every year, this while maintaining a 4.0 GPA. She is now running at Eastern Washington University and finished her first quarter with a 4.0 and intends to major in elementary education. Natalie Rosauskas, congratulations. And our last athlete is not here tonight, Joey Weisenfels. Joey was very grateful for his time at Richland. He was a 4-year letterman for football and a 3-year letterman for baseball, whilst being a captain on the baseball team his senior year, helping the Bombers to get 3rd in state. He just finished his first quarter at Spokane Falls, where he's continuing to play baseball and is working on getting his education degree and plans to either teach elementary education or come back to Richland to teach here. His favorite part about Richland were the students who brought energy to the school every day, not just for games, but during school as well. There was never a dull moment. Congratulations, Joey. And I'll make a comment here just about Joey. I hope he's watching. He said one of the nice, I'm not going to tell you what he said because it'll make me cry, but said one of the nicest things to me when I told him he was going to go on the wall. And Joey, you know what it was, and I appreciate it forever. And at this time, I'm turning the microphone over to Bonnie Mitchell, the Booster President.
Don't go anywhere. You're going to go all the way down there and sit down?
All the way sit down and come back.
Okay.
I'll start coughing.
So it's my honor and, I'm going to cry, you guys, to award this Wall of Fame plaque to Mike Edwards. You got to take a picture. Wait.
Get over.
I told Mike it might be kind of awkward for him to read his own thing, and then suddenly it was my job to do it. Those that know Mike today realize the difficulty he will have talking about himself. He tried to live out his job by making those around him successful. Mike often joked that all he did was make sure officials were there and the buses ordered. And we all know that's a lie. Mike hoped that by serving others, they would be able to give their best to the students and athletes at Richland High. Mike has been asked many times of the greatest moments since he has been at Richland High. The moments he has remembered are not the big games for state titles, crosstown rival games, or postseason events hosted. He remembers the exhilaration of an individual achieving a new personal best or outstanding performance. He remembers a coach seeing the reward of team putting into action the lessons taught at many practices. He remembers the parents congratulating or consoling their son or daughter after an event. Mike has also been asked about his legacy and the things accomplished while working at Richland High. His hope is his legacy is not about buildings or things, but what he may have left completed, but more about what he has left in others. The thought of what have you done for someone else, or how did you help someone else today being more important. Lastly, the list of thank yous would be too long to name. He has had great students to work with, coaches that had the athletes first in their planning, a booster club that would go with crazy ideas, and friends who would be willing to support the number of events that were needed to showcase our athletes. A favorite line from his from the movie It's a Wonderful Life talks about being the richest man by the number of friends George Bailey has, and Mike feels he is blessed beyond his imagination by his friends. In retirement, he hopes to stay a little involved with high school athletics, but mostly give back to his family. Mike's wife Patricia, son Joey, and daughter Kimberly have given up many days and evening meals for him to follow his dreams, and now he would like to have more time for them, their spouses, and his grandson Tyson. Thank you for this great honor.
Okay, now dismiss it. Thank you. I don't know what to say.
What?
I don't know what to say now.
Now I'm supposed to dismiss you. No, really, I just want to say that, you know, my family moved back here in 2007, and in 2009 I started getting involved with the boosters, and I have to say that even though I'm the one who's standing up here who's been stuck being the president for 10 or 11 or 12 years and nobody seems to remember how many, the group of people that I was introduced to when I first started volunteering, including Mike and Jim and Kim and Wes and Dawn and dozens of other people who are the finest people in this community who give up so many hours. I know Mike says he didn't work very hard when he was a driver's ed teacher, but he has made up for it since then. He's the hardest working person I know. Anyway, it has just been such a privilege. I've learned so many things from working with Mike, and we're gonna miss him a lot. But so jealous that he gets to spend so much time with Tyson and the rest of his family. Being a grandparent is amazing. Anyway, we have delicious refreshments. We thank you all for coming. Refreshments, picture opportunities, hang out and talk with each other. It's windy outside, stay here as long as you want to. Things like this and people like these are reasons that make me proud to be from Richland and proud to be a Bomber.
See what I've done in 4 days. Really, come get cookies. Yeah, and take pictures. Look, guys, use your take pictures with your plaques, but you want to bring them back to the museum. You weren't under the gun or kind of homecoming. Hi. Yes. When you move?